Fantastic, man. I'm great. Today was low. It was kind of a long day, but we here.
Man, we ain't talked to you all day until recently.
I know.
Until you
I sent
popped
that
up into the
message.
group chat.
Wow, boy. Yeah, that's me.
I had a question. I had to ask the question. I was curious.
Nick is a
Now I gotta go look at the old videos and compare.
Nick is a bachelor for sure. He is a bachelor man. Okay,
100%.
100%.
I love
You
the
can't.
ladies,
If anybody told me Nick wasn't a bachelor, I tell them they was lying. You just making shit up at this point. He's a bachelor for
Y'all
sure.
funny, man.
No, just for sure. Man, before we even get a who's, man, they got the shooter. They got the shooter in New York in under a week, man.
Oh yeah, I heard. Yeah.
Under a week. First of all, I've been like a psycho really following this shit. I think Lola has been as well. We've been sharing shit.
Look, Jay been worse than me though.
I've been
Y'all
locked
both
in.
been sending stuff.
Yeah,
I ain't really been on it
locked
like
in.
both of y'all, but
Boy, because look, like I said, I watched the news anyway, but then it was like, yo, he got shot in the middle of like 6:45 in the morning. But that was last week, Wednesday. It's Tuesday. He got caught yesterday, right? Wasn't that yesterday? I think it was yesterday, but he was at a McDonald's chilling, eating, and then
no worries in the world.
No worries in the world. Like I'm in my mind, like was he trying to get caught on purpose? Like he had all his fake IDs and everything he used and all type of shit. So it was just like, what is going on? So I don't know. I thought that was interesting. I really thought if they're gonna catch him, it's gonna take a little bit longer than that. I didn't think it was gonna be under a week.
What's up, Felicia?
Felicia, what's going on?
Felicia,
what's happening? Good sister Felicia, what's happening?
Yeah, but no, for the like that whole thing to me was just crazy. Like something still doesn't seem right. Like
yeah, you ain't rocking with it.
I'm not saying it's not him, but something in my spirit ain't sitting well. Something in my spirit ain't sitting well. So I don't know, but yeah, they caught him, and he's apparently from Baltimore. Shout out to my Baltimore friends.
Oh my god,
you're crazy.
Like a smart, apparently a very smart guy, valedictorian.
Very smart.
You know, I think I read something that he had his PhD, but he seems young to have his PhD. He's only 26. But anyway,
he be one of them smart dudes.
Yeah, they show us his Nick Ball.
Yo, they don't play me, Dave. Show. Come on, man.
Is Nick Ball?
Yeah, Nick, take it off. Show the hair, Nick.
We got braids, I gotta keep him tight, man. But you know, for you, Nick, I'm not even gonna wear.
Nick said he ain't trying to let him get fuzzy. Okay.
I think Nick the whole time had a do-rag hair. The one time he didn't, it was when we had dinner.
Facts.
Yeah, true. It's funny, like even when we did the episode of Joe House, I actually had my do-rag on.
100%.
You did.
I think he's done. Have you done every episode outside of the one where you had your hair out? Have you done every episode with your do-rag on?
I think so. Yeah.
I think so too.
Yo, that's insane. That's so funny, yo. That is so funny.
As you see, I got hair. I ain't bald.
Yeah,
he definitely got his hair. That shit is so funny.
Look, Nick not playing around. I get it. As soon as my son get in the house,
I be trying
to put his do-rag on. As soon as he get in the house. Cause this little boy be rough on his head. He be rubbing his hair on the damn couch. I'm like, really? Like, what are you doing? Like, braids just got done. They be fuzzy the next day.
How you deal with that shit, boy? Randy used to give Axel like braids and shit like that, but she stopped that. But now he wants to grow his hair out like everybody else. So
listen, God bless his aunt because she does his hair every week for me. And so I usually I take it out, usually wash it for her and braid it for me because she braids better than me. Like I can braid, but like her braiding is like this should have probably worked in the shop. So shout out to her.
Oh.
Yeah, she braids really well. So when I braid, it looks terrible compared to her. So I'm like, you know what? Yeah. I'm gonna just go ahead and let them have that bonding moment. And you know, my son be hyped. He's like, Auntie did my hair. Okay, dang, like you wasn't doing that when Mommy did your hair. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh my god,
is he cool in the chair though? Like, does he be crying and stuff like that? Do he get like tear up?
So I used to have a hard time doing it because he don't sit still for me. Like he is all over the place. The parts would be crooked. It would be a mess. But she said they got a system, and she said that he be down with it. Like they sent me a video this weekend, and he was getting a little deep conditioner. And I was like, I was proud of my baby. So yeah, I think he's getting used to it now. More so now.
That's what's up. Shit, I'm so glad these boys. don't cry in the barber chair. Speaking of the barber, speaking of the barber shop, man, like I'm so glad I have locks now because them prices are ridiculous.
And then some of these crazy, bro.
You get a shape up or you shape yourself up?
Raina does it, but then like sometimes like if I have like a wedding, if I got a big thing I'm going to.
Generational.
I'll go
here now shit.
But that's her trade is a hairstyle. But shit, she'll do my beard and everything. But if I have like a big thing I gotta go to, like certain stuff she can't do, I just go to my barber. But the problem with these barbers is that these dudes have raised their prices and the service hasn't changed, or they're not as good to be raising their price. Like I get the economy is bad, but you got to come with better stuff if you want to be charging. You know what I'm saying? Like Axel today, he got a taper and lining. With the tip is $25. He gonna be $5 on Thursday. What?
It's crazy out here.
It took him a matter of 30 minutes to do that, if that. Like so, that is really insane. I feel for guys. I really gotta go to the barbershop all the damn time. Like that every week.
Bro,
shit. I go to the barbershop every week.
I used to like every other week. Now sometimes I might go like a month if I ain't got to do nothing too crazy.
They should say when I did the big shop, it used to cost me $50 to keep my haircut, and I was rocking a mohawk. That's nuts. $50, wow. Like man, I remember when my brother used to go get his haircut, it'd be like $20, shape up and cut $20.
Yeah. That's over with. That's over with. Like from even like Maverick, his hair costs $25-$30. Ace is the same thing for a kid. So if they all go at the same time, all four of them, man, that shit almost $200. Especially if I get.
I was about to say you literally paying hundreds.
Yeah,
don't even send them for me either because it's double.
Oh my gosh, that is crazy.
Life is just everybody who wants a big family, man.
Look. My little guy about to have hair then because I'm not. But you know ridiculous. What? His godmom can cut hair too. So
there you go. If you never need,
like she kind of like Raina, bro. She does like she can literally do everything. Like I remember I had to like I was like, damn, I really need to change my tail license. She was like, oh, bring it over here. Changing in 2 seconds. Like anything I need. Like we've mounted my TV. Like when I was mounting my TV, like she helped me mount the TV. Like she can literally do anything. So shout out to Minnie. That's my son godmom, one of my best friends.
That's what's up. That's what's up, Minnie. Xavier's godmom. That's what's up. Mary, I appreciate that.
Yo, Jay, how much you spend to get your hair braided?
No, Raina does it.
Oh, she do. That's right. Yeah.
Oh yeah. She twists my hair. I wouldn't be able to have locks and go sit between the lady's legs.
That's not true. My ex-boyfriend, I used to let him go get his hair done. Like I'm not about to listen. I already got enough on my plate. You think I'm about to
her being a hairstylist, I wasn't gonna be able to go do it. I wasn't gonna pay for this shit because I asked her like how much she charged to do it, like to do it every time, and like I wouldn't be doing that shit.
Yeah. But it's funny because people used to ask me, they'd be like, you don't feel the type of way that like another woman's doing his hair, and I'm like, I really don't give a shit. Like it's less work for me. less off my plate.
People wouldn't give a damn if she didn't know how to do it. Now it's not since you know how to do it, like it just easier that way. But I wouldn't want to be paying these prices. And then I'm sorry, I be seeing like women. Like the hairstylists, that you gotta like make appointments, and there's nothing barbers and hairstylists. You gotta make appointments 24 years in advance till you get a damn slot. You know what I'm saying? Like, then you gotta go through all these protocols to get your hair cut or get your hair braided now, and then the prices, man. Like, what the fuck? I have locks now. I pay 90. You pay 120.
90, 120.
I feel like 99. I feel like 90 is cheaper than what it is here.
Yeah. Do you get color? If you get that color, that's even some most stuff.
But how often do y'all get retwisted? Because he wasn't getting retwisted.
Mine is only like once a month, or something I can go every other month.
Yeah, sometimes like I'll go like every 2. So like, let me see. I got my hair twisted right before y'all got here that week. Mm-hmm. I didn't get retwisted again until like recently, right? Yeah.
Yeah, these grades was first. These grades was first in November. So it's been a little remote.
Oh damn, bro. And he be having them. And he be
Hey,
having
yo,
them type.
Nick don't be playing, bro. I ain't
Nah,
never
no.
seen nobody keep their hair in that long with braids. Nick don't be playing with y'all, okay?
You get
And
your
now
shit
that
retwisted
you
every
moved,
six.
Nick, you gotta find somebody else to braid your hair.
Nah, I'm
Every
going back to the
46.
same lady. I mean, I'm only like an hour away from her, so I'm gonna drive out there.
Oh, that's
See
hey,
her.
that's
Oh, he
nothing.
ain't played around. But you used
Yeah.
to her too, so yeah. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, hey, you a drive for your hairstyles and your barber.
You better
No,
believe
you
that.
would. You gotta stay loyal to
You
them.
These braids I get. I used to go to this one girl who lived around the corner from me, and I would pay. She's the best braider I've ever met. Right, neatest braids I've ever had. I would pay her $265, bro. She $265 for some braids. That's how expensive it is in Maryland, right? So she doesn't braid anymore. Shout out to her though. Doesn't braid anymore. Her and her husband opened a dispensary, so they're always at the
Oh, that's
dispensary.
what's up.
Yeah,
She don't braid anymore. So I found another girl who lives in Towson, so it's about 40 minutes from me. 150. So you best believe I be driving that 40 minutes. Because
Hell
I'm paying
yeah.
265 to 150. That's a big difference, bro. Like, you know what I'm
It
saying?
is.
Like, so yeah.
Raina found her a new braider that she was looking for. She had found right before the summer, and she had told me that I think it was like 200 or something. And I was like, damn, she's like, that's good. I was like, oh
Yeah,
shit, okay.
200 good. What?
I was like, oh shit. Whatever you say. I thought that shit was bad. Okay.
Man,
shit.
what? No, 200 is good. When I used to tell people how much I pay, because everybody was like, oh my God, I would get so many compliments on those braids. They'd be like, I love your braids. And I'd be like, yeah, but I paid, you know what I'm saying? Like, and so they'd be like, well, how much you pay? When I told them, they'd be like, yeah, I can't pay it. Which I get, like, you know, I get it.
A certain style just you have to just pay to play shit.
Listen, my dad
Now,
always
no,
tell me you can't be cheap. You can't be cheap on everything.
you can't. You just cannot.
Look at Deshelle, bro.
I got you. Hey, listen, I got you for real, Deja. I got you.
That is so funny.
Because y'all don't have that down there, huh? In Texas.
Weird ass Texas, boy. I forgot. Man, they just opened up another dispensary by me. Man, I didn't even get this. First of all, welcome back to the Best Damn W show. I'm sorry, episode 19. We are one away from 20.
Like 15 minutes before we start the show.
This is a very, very black opening to the show. That was awesome. But welcome back. You know, y'all favorite trio. You know what it is. You know, Lo, Nick, Jay. You know. But now back to the conversation. I forgot she in Texas, and Texas have some way out rules. You know, that's the South though.
Yeah, South
not having weed. Just go the Kurt programs. What I missed it. Am I missing something? What that mean?
I don't know what that is.
I don't know. Either.
Okay, long as I ain't the only one. Long as I'm not the only one. Let's see. I'm gonna get some shit out the way. Hey, I appreciate everybody attending the playback we had on Saturday, even though it was a blowout. That shit was fun. Like,
about the game.
Hey, we literally. Oh, she said it's a Texas thing. We literally ain't talk about the game at all. We was just having a good time.
We was talking about politics. We
talk about all type of stuff. It was fun. Like, I really enjoyed it. That's what that is really about. So I do appreciate y'all coming through for that. And then we have another one on December the 21st. There we go. We got that one. So here is the playback link. Y'all, if y'all not following there, y'all go ahead and go ahead. Hold on. There we go. That was fun though, but we're gonna definitely make those regular because y'all are definitely coming out for those. Y'all asking for them, and then when we do them, y'all coming. So I enjoy it. Let's get right into this. So we got some shit to get into. Unrivaled dropped their captains. I didn't even see this. I just saw it in the rundown that we had in the notes. So I had no idea this even happened. I was like, oh shit, okay.
They have like last week.
They did? I don't, man, so much should be happening. So, but the Mist is Stewie. The Lunar Owls is Fee. Phantom is Sato. That's how you say it. Satu. Rose is Chelsea Gray.
Hey, you better stop for people say you don't watch basketball again.
Yeah, that's right. You know what I'm saying? And the Laces was AT. So y'all shocked by this or?
I don't even remember what the teams look like. I got to go back and check them out. We talked about it a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, we did.
Honestly, I don't really got shit to say to Unrivaled until they give us media credentials. But
that's true.
That's all I got for them.
We sent the email out a couple weeks ago.
A few times. We've sent emails out a few times. So, and I haven't heard no one.
Right, I haven't heard anyone get
friends in the media space. I haven't seen nobody say they got anything from them. So it's very weird what's going on. They start in January. People need to know Christmas is around the corner. We need to know. We need to be going to Miami. So,
and I was gonna say, and it's I heard it pronounced, it kicked his ass a little bit. I ain't gonna lie.
It did kick my ass.
But that's the thing. Like you go to Miami, Miami's never cheap. You know
never, and it's dirty out there.
Right, like Miami's never cheap, so it's like these tickets need to be out there. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just, I'm not saying they're unprepared because I don't know what they're doing behind the scenes, but to the public that doesn't know the behind the scenes stuff, it doesn't look great, in my opinion.
It doesn't. It doesn't look great at all.
All the players yet? I don't even remember them announcing everybody.
It was a wild card. It was like 2 wild card spots, but I don't know if they announced that shit or not.
I haven't seen anything with the wild card.
The Unrivaled stuff got dragged out so long to the point where I'm like with you, Lo, like I don't even be checking for that shit no more.
Right. So, I mean, I think it was initially a cool idea. I just think it would just lasted too long. Like if they would have did them like let's say 5 each day, and it would have been done like at the end of the week or whatever the case may be, that would have been better. But come on, it went on for like 3 or 4 months. Like, come on, bro.
Well, also remember, Kelsey Plum just dropped out, so there's a slot open. I don't know who's
they got to replace her.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I did. So shit. Then what y'all waiting on? Like, I mean, I know that was abrupt, probably, but still, like, y'all don't have no pool of players you're gonna call if something like this does happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, you would think they had this course of action for that, but I don't know.
Yeah. Because what if also somebody unfortunately gets hurt? Like they gotta have you know what I'm saying? They gotta have a pool.
They do.
That they can pull from. Wiley, they actually just had. He said it's like you borderline forget that it's supposed to be happening. Correct. But they also just had. I was watching the.
They had a commercial.
Yeah, they had a commercial on TNT. During like the what is the in-season tournament thing. So yeah, they're trying to. I mean, they're doing well promoting it, but they're not doing well with like the important things like making it easier for fans to get there. And they just released the tickets 2 weeks ago or something like that. So yeah.
The World Series started and ended, and we still don't know the final Unrivaled.
And that's a fact.
That is true.
When did they start? Like July, June?
It was months, bro. It was like summertime. It was months.
Like literally,
bro. They had started before the Olympics. They had started before the Olympics. They was giving us. I remember that. I'm pretty sure it was happening before the Olympics. So it's about to be January. We don't even know everything. We don't know. We don't know nothing. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully soon. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, y'all giving out media passes and paying for flights?
They definitely.
If that's the case,
they definitely not. Like they might give you a media pass. They definitely ain't paying.
Yeah, there you go. If y'all doing that, definitely take the time take all the time you need if you're paying for the flight. I don't care. Right. They started announcing names in June. See what I'm saying? Before the Olympics.
That's crazy.
They're gonna have us on some cheap ass flight. I'd say that much. They pay for that shit.
Man, what? I'll be on Spirit. I got that. Look, I'll fly Spirit in 3 hours and under.
I done Spirit one time.
I don't have a problem with it. They would just went bankrupt, I think, but.
They did
I've
go
never had a
bankrupt.
bad experience. I don't fly it often, but like if I'm going somewhere close enough, like if it's like 2 hours. So like when I go see my dad sometime in Tampa, I will definitely hop on Spirit. Like
this motherfucker just said she don't fly often, but she always talking about traveling.
Huh?
That's a you literally just said that you don't fly often, but you always talk about traveling.
No, I ain't
man, you been you don't fly far. You don't take the place. You don't take.
I'm saying
Spirit
I say
far.
I don't fly Spirit. If I had to go to LA, I wouldn't be flying Spirit. Like it has to be
it's
like
funny,
2.5 hours.
It's funny you say that. So look, Raina had a connection at Spirit, right? And I was going to Vegas with one of my friends. And flights was just ridiculous. And she was like, I got a friend at Spirit. You can get the big man seat. You ain't got to worry about none of that. You ain't got to be scrunched up or nothing. I was like, to Vegas on Spirit?
How long does the flight go from Chicago?
Shit. Let me see.
It's less than here. What it would be?
Yeah, it's less than there. Yeah, that's definitely a flight for you. I think it's like 4 hours. Like 4 hours, but it wasn't that bad. I ain't never did it again though. I was 30 when I did it. I ain't never attempted to do that shit again. So
I ain't gonna lie, a couple years ago, I tried to get a flight to DC. It was like 600. I was trying to see this
Oh
one
my
female.
gosh.
Crazy. It was wild.
Yo, flying out of Chicago is ridiculous. So I couldn't imagine flying out of Florida, but flying out of Chicago is ridiculous. It is really, especially last minute. It is really bad like that.
Miss
Like,
Peach, I gotta check that out.
Yeah, Miss Peach, I'm gonna check that out too. Fee and her, I'm gonna read it for the people that can't see it. Fee and her husband just did an interview a few days ago about Unrivaled on YouTube. I can't remember who interviewed them, but it was informative. I'm gonna check it out for sure. And Dayshell says, airlines is nothing but a Greyhound bus in the air. Correct?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Pretty much.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. But they definitely did this file for bankruptcy, and the Senate was ripping the CEO a new ass in the hearing they had. Oh my God. Yeah, they was charging like they had fees between $15 and $99 for bags.
Oh, I know.
But it was like, how you have this far for what is going on? Like, how do you determine if I pay $15 and then my wife paid $99? Like they was ripping him a new ass on that hearing.
It's interesting because I flew to Tampa with them one time and it was like, I think the bag price was like $40 something. Maybe I paid 50 something for the bag, right? So by the time you add the bags on there, you paying damn near what you would have paid for another airline. Anyway, so my bag, for most airlines, your bag can't be over 50 or they charge you more. Bro, why was there a policy your bag couldn't be under 40? I mean over 40. So they was like, your bag 45. Because I weigh my stuff to make sure it's not over, right? They're like, your bag 45. And I'm like, okay, it's under 50. And they're like, no, it has to be under 40. I'm like, are you dead ass right now? They like, yeah, you got to pay 75. I'm like, hold on. So I already paid the 50 and now you telling me I got paid 7. When I tell you I was showing my whole black ass in there, I was going off. Like, but I had to pay it because like, what am I going to do? You know what I'm saying? Like,
and that's how the airports get your ass. That's how the airports get you.
But then looking dumb. Because when I flew back another time, this must have been when I went to get Xavier from once I went to All-Star or whatever, get him from my dad's house. When I flew back, I think my bag was like, I tried to make sure that it was right at 40. And he was like, oh no, we changed that policy. I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh now no.
Right. Now it's 50. Okay.
The oh no part is why. Oh no.
Right.
Man, y'all just reminded me. I spent $40 for my bag just for that shit to get shipped to Houston on accident. That shit still made me mad, bro.
Oh, when you came here, you lost your luggage. Yes. That's right.
I had to wait like another 3 hours. They're like, oh, we actually sent it to Houston. How the fuck you send it to Houston?
That's right. Southwest don't charge for baggage. I haven't flew on Southwest, and not that I don't like them. I just haven't flown them in a while. A long while. You take Delta?
I'm forever. I never had problems with Delta.
Oh, I ain't never had no problem.
I've had Delta lose my bags before. I've never had a problem with Southwest, but I've had Delta lose my bags before.
Have you tried the first class hack yet?
I haven't. I haven't.
Oh, you got to try that next time you fly for yourself.
When I flew to Chicago, I can't remember when I flew. I think United.
We got to go back to Chicago.
Oh, but yeah. All right, let's get into this.
Yeah, my phone. We just talking.
Look, we acting like it's the group chat.
Yeah, we are. Off of that, we can go with that. We can move on to the drum in Seattle. They came to the results that. First of all, what was the exact results? I don't want to fuck it up. Who got it?
Pretty much, there was no evidence that there was any like toxic environment or anything. And then after that, literally, like probably not even an hour after that, we got the announcement that Joel Lloyd requested a trade.
It was like bang bang. It was fast. It was definitely fast, but man, what you think? I'm gonna go to you. How you feel about this?
I think it's interesting. I think that the front office made a decision. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that they made it clear on who they chose. And it was very interesting because for me, I thought that they would choose Jewel because she's helped them win titles. She has been deemed their franchise player. She actually signed the extension last summer to say that she was staying there. So for them to kind of side with Noelle seemed a little bit not side with, but essentially they chose a side, right? Because Jewel's asking out because they weren't planning to fire her if they found no evidence of foul play or no evidence of like bullying and stuff like that. Not saying that it didn't happen, but they didn't, in their case, they didn't find any like hard facts or evidence about it. So that was actually very shocking to me that they chose Skylar and Noelle basically over Jewel. I'm not shocked that Jewel requested a trade because it's so public that you've had this interaction with these two people. So why would you how could you go and play there again? Like you can't. Like one of the two parties had to leave. Either Noelle had to get fired and Skylar leave, or Jewel had to leave. So Jewel made the best decision for herself and requested a trade. My thing is, I'm interested to see what Seattle thinks they can get from her, because some people and the discourse in the timeline has been absolutely nasty. Yes, I'm very aware that Jewel's numbers were lower this year, her shooting numbers, and even some people pointed out last year as well. But I don't like to lose last year because she ain't had nobody on her team, respectfully. You know what I'm saying? Like the game plans, every scouting plan was against her. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's who the other team, the opponent, was trying to stop every time. So of course she was more inefficient because she had to take harder shots with being double teamed or whatever the case may be. So I think people are taking these 2 years and completely negating everything that she's done in her career. I don't think Jewel's washed. I think she's going to come out and play well. I think that they had to make a decision. Can Jewel lead this team to a championship? And they felt like that she wasn't the right leader for their franchise.
Go ahead, Nick.
It's getting crazy, man. It's getting crazy, but I agree with everything Lo said. I mean, obviously, you see that they chose a side. They decided to go with Team Noelle and Team Skylar, which it does surprise me too, because especially considering everything that Jewel has done for that franchise, like Lo said, win championships. Just pretty much show that she's one of the more lethal scorers in this league. You would think that they would side with her, especially considering that was their franchise player that they wanted to go with moving forward. But at the end of the day, they ended up making a decision. And now we have to see what's next for Jewel, honestly. I mean, the thing about it is that, like, people got to stop. I mean, I get it. Like, Jewel was very underwhelming last year. We can all agree with that. But it's still Jewel Lloyd at the end of the day.
It's still Jewel, man.
Who can average at least 20 plus a game. Like, I get it. Like, I know that she was in a new
situation.
She
just had the record.
I think so, didn't she? Yeah.
The year before.
Yeah. Asia just broke her record, right?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, she did. So, the
cool thing now is to just talk about efficiency. That's all people care about now.
Yeah.
That's all they care about.
Analytics is just insane. But like I said, at the end of the day, it's still Jewel Lloyd. Jewel still, to me, is one of the more pure scorers in the league, and you can't tell me nothing about that. As far as what the next destination for her is, I've seen people say Chicago.
Yeah,
I don't know how I really feel about that, but I guess it could work. To me, like, if I'm Jewel, I want to go to a destination where I have the best chance of winning now. I don't know if that's possibly reuniting with Stewie in New York. Honestly, I don't know how that will work. A backcourt with her and Sabrina, possibly. I don't know what they're doing in Connecticut right now.
What would they trade?
I don't even know what that trade would look like, to be honest. I've seen people say the Aces as well. I wouldn't even be mad if she went to the Aces, to be honest. But
New York will have to trade picks, Phoebus.
Yeah.
Phoebus, yeah.
They would have to, because they're not giving up Sabrina, they're not giving up Stewie, so they would have to trade. And JJ isn't to me, that's not a equal, an equal trade. So I would say Phoebus and picks, and probably you got to throw another player in there.
But also, let me ask you,
what does Sky do? Go ahead.
Well, I mean, I was just going to ask real quick, like, if you're Seattle, like, what do you do now? Like, who do you build your team around? Do you build it around Ezzy?
Yeah,
I mean, that's probably your next best player, at least like young player.
You got to make Ezzy stay. You got to get her to stay. Like after her,
Here's my
thing.
With
New York, I feel like it's too many. Even if she does go to New York and they trade some of their players, like too many people on that team need the ball in their hands. You know what I'm saying? Like too many people need the ball.
I feel like that's kind of a situation that Jewel would like, because there wouldn't be so much demand on her. Like, I feel like,
she would definitely not be leading.
Exactly. I mean, like, especially when you look back with Seattle with her, Stewie, and then Sue, like all the attention wasn't on her.
Yeah. I mean, she definitely wouldn't be getting as many shots, because you have to share the shots between literally Stewie, Sabrina, JJ, because you know JJ not gonna run the floor if she don't get enough touches.
You gotta get a touch.
Exactly. So you got those three already, and we're not talking about Benijah's gonna come back healthy next year. She got to get at least a couple shots. So it's like, where are all these? And Jules used to taking about 15 to 18 shots a game, if not more, when she wasn't playing with more talent. So it's like, where are all these shots coming from now? If everyone has one goal in mind and want to win, you know, people will adjust and do, you know, the greater good, you know, do what's right, do what's the greater good for the team. So that'll be interesting. If she goes to New York, then that's insane, especially after they want to change it.
Will the situation be different in Vegas if that was a chance?
My fault, go ahead.
I was asking, would the situation be different in Vegas if that was a chance? Because I mean, she would kind of be still in that situation. Because I mean, you still got to get Asia touches, you still got to get Jackie, Chelsea. So it might be. I mean, she might get more shots, possibly slightly more, but you still got to share the.
What are the Aces trading? What are the Aces trading for Jewel?
Would they go trade KB? No, I mean, she don't even get in the game. Yeah. No one on the bench gets in the game. So why would they? You know what I'm saying? Like
Eddie Colton going to Seattle. No, I was kidding.
Yeah, all right.
They do like, and does Jewel asking for a trade like make Seattle lose some leverage in they trade talk? Like, hey, she don't want to be there no way.
Honestly, I'll be real with y'all. I think in all this, I think she's just gonna end up staying because I don't really see anybody really making a trade for her.
But you think she'll sit out and not play?
Probably, or she just might have to end up staying in Seattle and play this year.
I don't think it's gonna be really hard to trade. I mean, I would think it would be hard to trade her, like because like you said, everyone knows she wants out now. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to try to play. Yeah. They're going to try to play around. Like, okay, we're going to lowball you because we know she don't want to be here anyway. But I think she has a good chance, a good shot at going to Chicago. Because she's from Chicago, and who knows if Jewel wants to win? She already got two.
Come on home.
Who knows if she wants to compete?
But no, seriously, like when we talk about she wants to go to contender, how do we know that? She already got two.
Yeah, she got two, right? Like you said, she got two.
I mean, I figure with her age and everything, she would want to be in a position where she can win now.
I mean, you would think so, but some people are complacent with I already got my rings. When they talk about people that are the best players in the WNBA, you talk rings. She already got two, right? So it's like, why not go home? I can get a home cooked meal for my mom. I can, I'm around my old areas that I used to be. So I don't know.
And then my other thing is, and that's the thing about asking for a trade. When you ask for a trade, you can go anywhere. So it's like you don't even have. I mean, I guess you can say, well, the way they have y'all breaking up because it was an investigation. So I can't see them just putting you somewhere where you want to go in the first place. So Correct. It's gonna be interesting. And her going back to Seattle, Nick, is. We're gonna watch that one. We're gonna watch. That's interesting.
I wouldn't be surprised if it happened.
I wouldn't be surprised either. Someone said, "Why would you trade away good young talent for her?" For multiple reasons. Young teams typically do not win without any veteran leadership. She's won before. She knows how to win. So you go out and get a veteran. I'm not saying you trade someone that you're building. I'm not saying you trade Camilla or Angel Reese because that's who you're clearly building the team around. But if they want like Michaela, if they, you know what I'm saying? Like it's plenty of people that they could trade. They could trade. I don't think that they should trade the third pick. I think that would be a disaster, but that's also an option. You know what I'm saying? But like, why would you? I don't think that works. So I wouldn't do that at all. But I do think veterans are beneficial for young talent. Correct, Miss Peaches.
It would be awkward.
That would be awkward as hell. You're right about that. And we already know Sky staying on all 10. We saw the Instagram pictures.
Yeah,
so she's gonna make shit uncomfortable. She's gonna make shit uncomfortable.
Very uncomfortable. So that's gonna be interesting. I am interested if she would just sit out.
Right.
I didn't even think about that being an option.
I wonder, I have to look it up, Nick. I'm gonna look at the CBA as well because I need to figure out, like, is she getting fined if she's sitting out? Like, what is the ramifications?
You think she pulls a Ben Simmons?
I'm
Just
hurt.
it.
Maybe.
Hey, I gotta.
Ben Simmons also worth millions of dollars, so he can do that. he can afford to pay those fines. It's a little bit different when you're 100,000 near.
She's not a free agent until 2026.
Yeah, because she signed a 2-year extension.
Yeah.
She just did it in the summertime. Yeah. Remember, because people thought that she should at least waited, but she actually signed the extension before the summer, before free agency even got started.
Jazzy, that shit funny. She might have to pull a Tiff Hayes and retire.
I'm crying to get to a better team. Now that would be genius, actually.
Yo, like,
genius.
How did she get away with that? How do you?
Like, well, no, Tiff really retired. Like, she was done.
I know. I'm just saying that's just hilarious. You're like, fuck, I'm out of here. And then
I don't know what her contract was though. Like, what was her contract? Was her contract up? Like, I don't know what it was.
Jewel was in her last year of her contract.
250 this year. Oh, because technically, so she signed for 2 extra years. So technically, last year was 1. So this year will be her last year.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So that's another thing. Are we going to trade for you? Or are you going to resign here?
Right. Are we trading for you and then you walk in the summer?
I'm not giving your ass no. I'm not giving you no third overall pick. And you don't resign here.
I mean,
they're not giving a third either way because they need a guard.
No, I wouldn't do that.
They need like I'm not saying that Jewel's not a guard, but they need a point guard. They need somebody that's getting all organized.
Kill that noise in that third overall pick.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, let's explore. I mean, what would a trade even look like for Chicago? I could see Dana out of there, respectfully. I think Dana got to go.
Why would Seattle want that, respectfully?
What's that?
Why would Seattle want Dana, respectfully? And I'm not even trying to be funny. Like if you want to get Jewel, you trading Dana for Jewel Lloyd.
I mean, not just Dana. I mean, of course there'll be more to it.
I mean, yeah, but I'm thinking like who else? Like I would like I'm not even entertaining it if there's not any draft picks attached to it.
How many draft picks you got? How many draft picks you sending?
They might have to
be this year. It could be like the 2028.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so I think Michaela's underrated.
Michaela had a good year.
Isn't Kennedy a free? Kennedy's a free agent, right? Or is she restricted? I can't remember. I think she's a.
You know they're gonna want picks. So what picks you give? You gonna give a 10 this year, and then you gonna give some future picks? Like what is it?
I'm sure Seattle gonna ask for 3. I ain't gonna lie. They gonna ask.
But that's the hell
no. Low. If Seattle calling you right, and they asking for 3 picks. For Jewel, you saying you hanging up the phone?
No, he's talking about the third pick.
Oh, you hanging up the phone? Yeah, I'm hanging up the phone. You come asking for that third overall pick.
As soon as you said, I'm out. I'm hanging up.
Yeah,
I don't even get the word out.
You're not gonna be able to finish this. You're not gonna be able to say third because I'm hanging up. Like you.
Yeah, that's kill that noise. Yeah,
and it's not even. And I'm not even saying it because it's Jewel because I believe in Jewel. However, I'm not giving the third pick. When she has the ability to walk in the summer. I'm not doing that. Like I'm not, after the season, she has the ability to walk. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, that's
Seattle regrets trading that pick and ended up being Camilla. Terrible trade. They ended up being Camilla. Probably so.
Yeah.
They did have that pick. Probably so. It's not looking too good in the light now. But hindsight is 20.
It's definitely not. It's definitely not. But yeah, man, it's gonna be interesting. I didn't think about her not playing at all. I didn't even think about her going back. So that's even some other shit to think about. But going back would just be crazy. That would be some interesting shit to see if she was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna go back to Seattle.
I mean,
just come home.
She don't really. I mean, at this point, she don't really have a choice, to be honest.
She don't. She really don't. Because
the thing is, if she was a free agent, she has more autonomy or more ability to say where she wants to go. But bro, like everyone and their mom knows that she want to be traded now. So Seattle has the leverage. I mean,
pretty much everybody that's not on a rookie contract is going to be a free agent
next year, except Ryan Howard.
Yeah,
draft class and forward.
That's what that was. No Phoenix. Hey man,
didn't Seattle trade the third pick? I thought. And Rakia was what, 4th, right?
He was 4th, yeah, to LA.
Yeah.
Don't remind me, yo. Yeah. Yeah. What could have been? What could have been? Ain't nothing. Hey, nothing against Camilla. If y'all don't know the whole story about all that, we're not gonna react to it, but nothing against Camilla. Nothing against her at all. But yeah, man. None. Anything else on that?
Nope. Good luck,
No.
Jewel. I wish
Good luck, Jewel.
Like I wish her the best. Go ahead. I was just saying I wish her the best, and I hope that she really shut people up next year because people have been talking crazy. Like
free
the
agency.
the people that they're comparing her to is nuts.
Yes.
What are they comparing her to?
Like somebody was like, just like the stuff that they've been saying, like someone was like Jewel's washed. Like they were saying somebody was better than her, and I'm like Jewel Lloyd.
They did say some wild shit because I did see some wild shit about that.
I don't remember. It was somebody that said that was better than her, and I'm like, bro, is this your first year watching Jewel? Because I would get it. Like if you saw her this year, I could see how you think that she's not. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like she's not like that, but
no, definitely. Oh, that's right. That's right.
Right?
That's right.
Fourth. And okay,
got you. That's right. That's how we lost Kyle. Yeah. So Caitlin, Miss Lady Caitlin Clark, was named Times Athlete of the Year. I don't think her hardcore fans is going to enjoy this article too much. I don't know.
She ain't saying nothing bad.
No, she did not say anything bad. But you know who I mean by the hardcore Caitlin fans.
I hear you. Yeah,
you're not gonna like it too much. But the one thing before I get y'all reaction to it, the one thing from her article that I like is said. She said there need to be better effort to elevate Black women in WNBA. I want to say I've learned every single thing, but I've earned every single thing, but as a white person, there's privilege. A lot of those players in the league that have been really good have been Black players. This league has kind of been built on them. The more we appreciate that, highlight that, talk about that, and then continue to have brands and companies invest in those players that have made this league incredible. I think it's very important. I have to continue to try to change that. The more we can elevate Black women, that's going to be a beautiful thing. They are not going to like that. The ones they start are that who are racist. I'm just going to say it. They're not going to like that she's big up in that. The crash out is going to be on epic levels from this article. It is.
People owe an apology to Asia Wilson, Dejanay Carrington. Who else is on that list? A couple other players too. Everybody owe an apology to. Because y'all was on their ass and they were saying the same thing.
You said Asia Dejanay. Hey, one thing I will say, Timmy stood on all 10. Did y'all see her comments? She was like, this country, Timmy. She was like, this country was built on segregation. Like, Black and white is like at the fabric of this country. What are we talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, she was going in. She was going in, and I appreciate it.
I had no idea.
But yeah, they're crashing out all over the timeline. Like I literally gave Caitlin kudos. I said, I appreciate the fact that she utilized this moment where it was a time to celebrate her to actually use a huge publication like Time magazine and speak up on what we've been begging her to speak up on. You know what I'm saying? And so I do like she used that platform to do it because more people are going to have access to it and see it. I think that, so I tweeted that I was like, kudos to Caitlin, and then people are under my comments like, she didn't owe y'all shit, she didn't, and I'm like, bro, or she doesn't. My favorite comment is bullying work, she doesn't really mean this, because y'all know this girl and y'all know what her brain's saying. Like, what? Wow. Like, y'all don't know her. These parasocial relationships online, like, go touch grass, bro. Y'all don't know this girl.
I hate people, y'all.
Like, y'all don't know. Like, asking my comments talking about, like, she's playing the long game. She don't really mean this. How you know? That girl don't know you exist.
Straight dumb. That's how they be.
For denouncing racism, you're mad because she's denouncing racism. That tells me all I need to know about you. So I don't even argue back and forth. I just block. Just block. Just block.
Just block.
I do. I'm sure I got over 1,500 people blocked. And most of them
I've been blocking a lot lately.
I was gonna say, let's say I got 1,500 people blocked, at least 1,000 of those are Caitlin Clark fans. I'll say fans because they're really racist. That they're not fans. They're racists that thought that she agreed with them and they thought that she stood with them. So they latched on. And now that she liked the Taylor Swift post about endorsing,
that's what I was thinking about. I was gonna bring that up.
They lost their shit when that happened, and then now that she is denouncing racism, the actual right thing to do because she's absolutely correct. This league was built on the backs of Black women, and they still don't get the shine that they deserve. Like again, Caitlin, great player, deserves everything that she's getting because she's earned it. However, two things can be true: she deserves it. And Black women don't get the credit that they deserve. And that's all she was saying. So if anyone has an issue with that, you should go sit on that lady's couch and look inwardly because you have some racism up in there. Okay. Like you have a lot of unresolved issues and traumas that you need to go address. And the fact that you can confidently say that someone that you absolutely do not know is lying and doesn't truly feel this way, like that's kind of ridiculous.
It's insane.
It's sad. It's actually sad. Like it really is sad.
I haven't been on the timeline a lot today, so I haven't seen none of that. So I'm definitely gonna catch up. But
just go when we get off here. Go to Deshell's page. She's been whacking them on their head all day.
I'm sure Deshell been on their ass
all day.
I'm gonna definitely go do that. I will say about her cover, man. That's probably her best fit ever.
Because she's comfortable. They don't have her in 40-year-old businesswoman clothing. Like,
yeah, man, she need a new stylist.
They're dressing her probably how she likes to dress instead of putting her in a pantsuit and putting Prada on it. So it's supposed to be.
I was like, what?
Nice.
Was she part of the draft again? Oh my god,
man, that white Prada fit.
Yeah, like don't give her. She don't want to wear that shit, man. Like let her.
Like she actually
let her have her style.
And my business was showing off that body with the abs. I ain't mad at it.
She was. Right. No, she definitely was. She definitely was.
Yeah, because I would be showing. Listen. I'd be showing. I would listen if I had those kind of bodies. Listen, when I had that kind of body, I was never wearing clothes. What?
Yeah, you can't.
y'all gonna see this work that I put in the gym. Y'all gonna see it.
I know Nick be showing it off. I know you be showing it off. Look at her. Look at her.
I be a little shy.
You be a little shy. You funny as hell. But yeah, man, I'm glad she. If y'all haven't read the article, go read it.
Check it out.
If you haven't,
she addressed a lot in there. Even the Olympic stuff, like she addressed the Olympic stuff, and people still talking about, oh, she should have made the team. Like she literally addressed it in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So, you know what's funny about this whole thing is pretty much she's been saying everything that we have been saying.
Correct.
Literally.
Correct.
Like
literally
everything that she said, we said. Like whether it was the whole Olympic thing, whether it was the whole Angel Reese thing, saying that was not a rivalry. Right. Yeah, like she's been saying just about everything that we have been saying. That's why I applaud her, honestly. Because I mean, I don't know why people are expecting her to be like for racism. Like, look, you're playing a black league. Like, you can't necessarily do that. Then on top of that, her favorite player growing up was Maya Moore. So I mean, that should show you right there. Like, clearly she's not racist. But I will say, I mean, it is good to hear from her because especially with her name always being in like a bunch of racist shit this year. I mean, obviously the league has always been racist, but this year was just kind of over the top, and majority of it was because of Caitlin. And even I've said it on this show. Like, I mean, I think that she has to address a lot of this, and that's why I was even saying, like, I don't know if it was like her agent, her manager, or even her family, but somebody was telling her to not address any of this over this past summer. So it's good to see her finally address these things. It's good to see her finally highlight Black women. To me, I think she kind of took something from Paige's book when Paige was at the ESPYs addressing Black women and highlighting Black women. So it's good to see, honestly. I'm proud.
They're not going to like that because, you know, the new N-word they use is woke. Paige is woke. When they want to say the N-word, when they want to say the N-word, that's the new word that they use. So they're like,
I read through all that
Caitlin's
shit.
Not woke like Paige. Like, we don't want Caitlin to be woke like Paige. Come on now.
We know what they're trying to say. Nick got 6-pack. Let me tell you something real quick. I had to address this. I saw that. Let me tell you something. I gave Nick a hug. And if you want to know what Nick felt like, go to your local Dick's Sporting Goods and just hug the mannequin. That is what Nick. That is what Nick feel like. Nick is chiseled. I'm telling y'all right now. Okay. I'm telling
They said pictures or it didn't happen. Nick has sent us a picture
Right.
of him after he worked out. He does. I can attest that he does in fact have a six pack.
Nick is definitely has a 26, 27-year-old body for sure.
He 100%. But he works out for it. I'm gonna give him credit.
Yeah, he definitely works out for it.
Yeah.
Yes. Now back to they definitely I'm glad you brought that shit up about Paige and the woke stuff, because that's definitely their way of calling her the N-word or saying the woke shit, the black stuff. So I really don't like that shit either. But I'm glad she did this show. It needed to happen. This article was right on time. It was perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like, so who knows how long she knows she was going to do this shit. So, but I'm glad it happened. And the fact them fans is crashing out, we're not even shocked about that.
Nope.
I
muted the tweet and kept it moving.
Yes, that's what you gotta do nowadays.
They show goes, somebody just called you stupid or something like that, or who are you or something they said. And I'm like, girl, she said it to me in the DM. I'm like, girl, I done muted it. I didn't even know. But then they show over there arguing with them. I'm like, thanks, girl. Like, I didn't even know what's happening. You over there arguing with them.
Hey, she be going to war, boy. I just be reading to see if I'm gonna be super disrespectful. I'm like, okay, she got it under control.
Look, you always gotta have somebody like her in your corner for sure.
Man, because she don't play around, yo.
I told you, we gotta bring that show to Indiana with us, man. When we go to All Star,
man, I swear, you definitely do. You definitely do. But man, anything else on the article? If y'all haven't, go read that shit for real. I don't have nothing else on that. We definitely had to adjust that. But man, on to Nicholas' favorite player in basketball right now. I think in all basketball. I think
is it my favorite player? Did I say that?
Man, I think that's your favorite player in basketball. Period. But we had he talked about her so much, man. He made sure me and Lo made sure he was locked in on her. And man, they played against Tennessee, and that was a hell of a game. Tennessee ended up winning that shit, but it was a hell of a game. I'm gonna let you take it away, Nick. Go ahead, talk about your girl. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, Tanaya Latson over the past 2 games had 38 points against Tennessee, which was her career high. Then she added to that career high this past Sunday against SMU with 39 points. She's on a different level right now, man. It is crazy because I was at the preseason event for Florida State, and I was talking to her. I was telling her, I was like, man, you could possibly win ACC Player of the Year. And she was like,
time out. Time out. Did we know you had this conversation with her? Did we know this, Lo?
I swear I told her.
We did not.
I know you went to the thing, but I had no idea you had a conversation with this young lady.
But you know, Nick be making moves on the low. Like he be like, oh, I'm just at the game.
Yeah, so he whispers in her ear. That's why she hooping like this. That's why she hooping like this.
She approached me first. I didn't even know that she knew me. She came to me first.
Oh, word?
No, I'm dead serious. Everything I love. Like I was chilling. I think I was looking at one of the TV screens because they had like a bunch of TV screens, like a lot of the pictures and stuff. And then she walked them up to me. She was like, "Hey, Nick," and I look. I'm like, "Oh shit, it's tonight." I'm like, "Oh snap!" Like I put on everything. Like I swear that's crazy.
Yo, I had no idea. I'm gonna kick your ass. That we ain't know about this before, bro.
Okay, Nick, that means you can get her on the pod. What? Hello?
We gonna get her on. Bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. It's hard getting players and coaches on, man.
I believe it. I know.
But after the season, you know,
we gonna have her on.
She know you by name. She hooping. She is scoring 39 points for you. She know your name.
I put that battery on her, I guess, man.
Damn, but go ahead, man. I know it. Right. Go ahead, talk about your conversation with her, man.
I'm gonna be real. I mean, this is what I've been trying to tell everybody. Like, I'm putting her in that combo. I know. I go like me and Lo. We got into a little argument last week about Tanaya. That's neither here nor there. But I'm putting her in that same combo as a lot of the top players in the country, man. I mean, she's proven it, not even just offensively, but just being able to do everything from playmaking on defense. I ain't gonna lie, she's like, I think it's probably one of the biggest things that's elevated her this year is her defense, because she's always been a good defender, but this year just applying the pressure just been really tremendous, honestly. But now give credit to Tanaya, man. You know, over this past week, I was gonna pick her as my player of the week, but I was like, that's a little too easy. I could go with her every week, but overall, man, you can't ignore what Tanaya's doing right now, and I'm really happy that she's getting a lot of recognition. Like, you see a lot of platforms like ESPN, like Overtime, like everybody's highlighting Tanaya, which is something that you didn't see last year or even her freshman year. Yeah, she was by far the best freshman in her freshman year 2 years ago. She won freshman of the year, and I thought it was unanimous if you ask me. So just seeing her get better every single year has just been incredible to watch. Obviously, Florida State still have their ways to go. Like for instance, like even I was at the game on Sunday, they had an 18-point lead in the fourth quarter, nearly blew that shit, which I don't understand how they nearly blew it. But overall, Tania's having one hell of a year. You can't at this point you can't ignore what she's doing.
No, you definitely cannot. You definitely cannot. How about you, Lo?
I mean, I agree with Nick. I think that you know, more people are starting to see how special she is, and I'm glad that she's getting the national recognition that she deserves because she can flat out play basketball. Like, and I agree. Like, I was looking at her, like I knew Nick always would talk about her offensively, but I wanted to see how she was on the defensive end, and she holds her own out there. She competes. I mean, and that's really all you can ask for. Just in general, I really like this Tennessee team. I wasn't sure how they would look after Rakia graduated, but Kim Caldwell has those ladies playing very well, off to I think 8-0 or 7-0, 8-0 start, and now has moved up into the top 25 ranking at 19th. So it's always good for me to see Tennessee do well, because when you think about women's basketball, it's
Nick, you funny.
I'm not even going to say Tennessee. No, it's always good for me to see Tennessee doing well because of what Pat Summitt built there. I mean,
no, that's what I grew up on. Yeah, for sure.
Even when you look at the most winningest coaching, Pat Summitt, she hasn't coached in over 10 years, and her name is still up there. So
yeah, she's number 4, right? They showed on Saturday, I believe. Number 4 still.
Right. And so I just think women's basketball, in my opinion, is better when Tennessee plays well, like, because they're one of the pillars of women's basketball. To me, I think the biggest thing was rebounding. Tennessee out-rebounded Florida State 50-39. And in fact, I didn't even know this, but the Lady Vols are the top offensive rebounding team in the nation, grabbing 22 offensive rebounds per game. So that's pretty good. I had no clue. And I think also they made Florida State turn the ball over a little bit. I just like them. They're very physical. They press most of the game, which makes it hard for a lot of teams. So I just really, really like this Tennessee team. And I'm glad that, the committee saw that, they're winning and put them in the top 25.
I'm glad they did too, because
I think I was saying y'all this. So I was gonna say, me and Jay talked about it last week during the game. I'm like, yo, this team could really upset somebody in the tournament. Like they have that type of thing where it can happen.
Yeah, like they motor as a team don't stop.
Right.
Like it just keeps going. So that's aggravating.
You know why though? I think another reason why is because if you look at their substitutions, they're constantly subbing out. So they always have fresh bodies. Because they press so much, you need a lot of energy to play 94-50. You need a lot of energy to play the whole court. So they almost sub like hockey players. They're just in and out, like literally in and out. Yeah.
Look at you, but you watch sport. It's like they're doing like whole shifts. Like, yep, you next 5. You can't catch up with that. If you're not doing that shit, you can't get no rest. You can't. You can't deal with that shit at all.
You also talk about them playing by committee. I mean, I think they're top 3 in the country in scoring, and then like second in the SEC in scoring. So I mean, it's crazy. I mean, they don't really have like that go-to score, but they always play by committee. I mean, it's part of the reason why they're one of the best offensive teams in the league or in the country.
Right. And then even on the defensive end, they force 28 turnovers per game and average about 16 steals per game, which is ranked second in the nation. Not just the ACC or whatever the conference they play. It's the nation. I mean, the SEC is the nation. So they're hooping over there in Knoxville for sure.
They definitely are. And
let me ask that
Saturday. Like I'm with you, Lo, like Tennessee being good again, because Shamika Holtzclaw being my favorite player, me getting into basketball is
all right. Tennessee. Hey y'all, real quick. So we all got one player. It's Lowe's Candace, I'm Tanaya, Jay is Shamika.
Yeah, you
can't talk about her as much though.
No, you could not tell me she wasn't the greatest player of all time, boy. Holtzclaw, you couldn't tell me. You couldn't tell me. You could.
I mean, honestly, now just saying though, it's like we always highlight UConn players in the past, but we don't ever talk about Tennessee enough. Like from Candace to
they had a run, bro.
Mika, so many of them.
Yeah,
they had squads. They definitely had squads, but and since you did mention that, I'm gonna keep going. Tennessee, we do got other games, but they had 2 good games. But since you were talking about the turnovers, man, just Iowa, they forced like 32 turnovers.
Mhm.
I ain't never seen no shit like that before. And they were still losing at some point as well, but then they put the click clanks on Iowa and they couldn't do nothing. But like you said, everything we saw in that FSU game, the same thing we saw against them against Iowa. Like they don't stop, they just keep going the whole way. It's like, hey, when there's 3 minutes left and you've been pressured all game, you know. You're not dealing with that shit in the last minute of the game. Like, you don't want to deal with that shit. You tired, and they all in your ass. So, I don't know if should I say pause? I don't know if I'm supposed to say pause saying all in your ass. I don't know how the young folks do it. Nick, am I supposed to say pause?
Man, we grown, man.
I worry, bro. I know y'all don't play the pause game like that, so it's good.
Man, on my other podcast, DA be saying pause every 2 seconds. I'm
that's that New York shit, boy. New Yorkers don't play around that shit.
Still saying, you in your 40s with like 4 kids. Why are you still saying pause? Stop it.
Man, listen, Carter H be trying to talk to me like I'm an old man. They be trying to break shit down to me. Hey, man, calm that shit down. I'll smack you. What the fuck is wrong with you? Go ahead,
just to kind of piggyback on you, like Iowa shot the ball better from the field. They dominated the boards, and they still lost because they had the 30 total turnovers. And like I said before, I think it's just, you know, a lot of ball pressure and their defense, like Tennessee's defense. In fact, Iowa didn't score for the last 4 minutes and 38 seconds of that game. That's ridiculous.
That's
like,
crazy.
that is ridiculous. Like, that just shows you how locked in Tennessee is on the defensive end and how, you know, Caldwell has these women playing. Like, she has them really ready to run through a wall. And I did want to say shout out to Shamika Holtzclaw because she was at the game. And you don't typically see her at Tennessee games because she's more like, you know, secluded. So I'm glad it seems like they are embracing the legends more. So I'm glad that they are, you know, giving her just due. And
they were in Brooklyn. So
yeah, and Naismith, y'all got to get it right. She's a Hall of Famer, period.
Yes. Period.
I don't understand how she don't get her flowers though. Like that's just ridiculous to me.
It's because
we know why.
Health stuff, yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
We know why.
People don't respect mental health, so they, you know.
No, yeah, and she was like one of them first ones with that too, like athletes talking about it too. So, and her being a woman on top of it, they like, oh, we ain't trying to hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? We ain't trying to hear nothing you talking about. So we know how that goes. So hopefully she get in there soon, real soon, like God, within the next few years.
I mean, because I can take a lot of people off that list. That's not better than her.
Oh God, yes.
Y'all already know the first person I'm gonna say, but go ahead. What's next?
She on ESPN.
She be on every goddamn game.
Literally, I'm like, bro, did they give her a break, bro? She was covering the Texas Notre Dame. I'm like, oh my God, bro.
Bro, do you see your kids? Like, what's up?
Hey, right, great segue, Nick. I was going straight to that game.
You know it, Wiley. You know it, Jasmine.
You already know. Man, Notre Dame, Texas was
a good game.
Did it live up to it for y'all?
I think so.
I think so, yeah, for the most part, yeah.
Yeah, I think it did as well. I just hate when you have a good game and I'm going straight to the ending. When we get that foul on Rory. I think Lo, you said that she threw herself into it. It did like shit, but also it's like, man, why are you so close?
Correct.
That's true.
That's the thing I don't understand. Why are y'all that close? Correct. It was like 4 seconds left. Is Rory really going to get on the court and do? I don't know. Maybe she could, but at least you ain't gonna be that close. You can still
pressure the ball without being that, you know, that close. Like let her catch it and then pressure. You know, like
absolutely, absolutely.
It was, but the officiating was horrible in this game. It was also horrible. We'll talk about the LSU game a little bit later. But like the officials, I'm not shocked that they're still not doing their job because these are the same refs. They just circulate around the same refs that WNBA, and we saw how shitty they were all year.
Man.
So it's just it ruins basketball. Like this game should have never went into overtime. It ruins basketball. But I do want to say one thing about Rory. Hannah had her ass in purgatory. Like Rory wasn't even looking for. Like she wasn't even.
Hold on. So is we going to give her some grace with the ACL or no? Because come off an ACL and having deal with that demon is crazy. But are we gonna give her some grace or no?
When you step on the court, when you step on the court,
I knew with y'all too. I knew y'all two wasn't going with that giving grace shit. As soon as you get, I feel you though. I feel if you can get on the court.
But also,
hey,
I mean,
ain't
even
saying
before that,
shit.
she's already had high scoring games leading
That's
up
what I
to
was
that
gonna
game.
say. Against
Yeah,
other
she
teams,
did.
she's been hooping. So it's like,
Is this the
Hannah was
first?
just-
Is this the first ranked team they played? Texas?
No, they played.
I think West Virginia
UNC?
was ranked.
West Virginia. They play West Virginia. Yeah.
So did they play this? Their first good team they played?
Probably
West
like
Virginia
top
ain't
10,
bad
maybe.
though, but West
No, West
Virginia is
Virginia's
very
pretty good.
pesky.
No, they're not bad. I'm not gonna do them like that. I ain't gonna do them like that. But
I mean, this is probably like the first like top 10 team that they played.
Yeah.
real,
I can pick up on my
yeah,
head.
for sure.
Yeah.
I think this is my first time for real actually watching Texas. I mean,
What
what's
you
my
think
girl
about
name on
Madison
Texas?
Booker?
Yes, I was about this. What I was going to. Hey man, she a pro.
Super.
Pro.
That's it, pro. That's all I got. She's a pro. Man, like, can she come out this year? What year
only
she
a
in?
sophomore.
She's a
She only
sophomore.
a
That's what I
sophomore.
thought. I couldn't think. That's what I thought. Yeah, so she's a pro. Would you think when she come out, is she gonna be a top 3 pick?
She's in the
Juju,
class
Hannah.
with Juju, Hannah. Who else is in that class?
Might be top 3.
Malaysia's in that class.
Yeah, Malaysia.
Yes, maybe top 5.
Somebody else is in that. I'm missing somebody.
Damn, yeah, we knocking her, and we knocking her down a little bit. If it keeps going this way with these players, it's gonna be hard for her to be top 3.
It depends on the draft order. It depends on what they need.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because in some situations, I would take Maddie over Malaysia. Like in some situations,
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
like she's a big guard. And her game because Fo Wiley is smaller. You know what I'm saying? So in the WNBA, it's going to be hard. She has good twitch and good movement, so she could probably get space to create shots, but like driving to the basket and all that stuff for Hannah too is going to be difficult because they're undersized. But with Madison, like you got good size. Her game is just so smooth already. She's so poised. Like she never seems like she's rushing. Like she gets to her spots effortlessly. And this is her 17th career 20-point game, and she's only been she only played 1 full year. Like she's tough. I love her game. She's tough.
It's just crazy how these players coming up like freshman and sophomore, they just be like hoopers.
This 2026 class,
different.
2026 class is different. Like it is a stack. Like the Mystics need to be tanking right now for 2026. It is a stacked draft. Okay.
I look like they probably are. They ain't hired nobody yet, so I think they probably are tanking already.
Don't get me started on that, child. Don't even get me started on that. They are pissing me off.
They already tanking. They ain't hired nobody. Shit.
Well, yeah,
over there?
Keep the tanking coming, then. Keep the tanking coming.
Right, but no, that's a crazy class. Like you said, that is a lot. Like 2027 draft class is deep.
Almost definitely 2027. That's Juju, Hannah, Maddie Booker. That's all.
That's what I meant. Not 26. I meant 27. The 27.
27.
Who in 20? Oh, Michaela. Yep, Michaela in there.
27. Yeah.
Somebody else though. Somebody else.
Yo.
But the 2027 class is one of them ones. Like we talked about the class this year, but talent wise, like dead ass talent wise, I might go with 27 over this year. I'm sorry. I might like and if
you think about all the players coming out.
Listen, these players still got 2 years left. So imagine what they're gonna look like their senior year. You know what I'm saying?
Seriously.
So
seriously. No, you're right though. These are sophomores we're watching playing. Like these ain't juniors.
Right.
They got 2 more years.
It's somebody else that's a sophomore that I'm missing on that list. But yeah, that 27 gonna be a tough class for sure. So honestly, the first like 1 through 8 is probably gonna be good picks. It just probably depends on where they land and what that team needs, at that time.
Hoo-wee. That's gonna be. Hey, guess what though? It seems far away, but that shit is not far away.
Not at all.
It's not.
And listen, y'all already know I go where Jew goes. So
you know what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying. That should go to DC.
Man, what?
That would be love though.
Look, me and DA always say, I hope the Mystics are doo-doo for Juju because we all in. We all in, okay.
Yo, it would be crazy. I would have to get a Mystics jersey, boy, because that would be crazy.
Yep, she comes out too. I don't don't know how y'all think she'd do in the league though.
I don't know, man. Especially in the big league.
How tall is she?
She over
Like maybe 6'3". Maybe
Yeah,
I don't know.
6'2".
Man, could she be like a? She do. I feel like she got a slim. I feel like a pro workout will get her to that level. I feel like she would have to go to the right place.
Weight already.
I think she have to go.
Even with the size, though, I do think that she moves really well.
She does move. She does move good with her size, but I think the pro players, I think she will have to come down some more.
She's gonna have
sure,
to.
But yeah, I think she'll have to come down. But the pro workout system will give her that anyway if she take it seriously. So yeah, it definitely depends on the team, Jazzy, for sure. Like especially with players like that, you can make a break you for sure. So I don't know. So how y'all think Notre Dame look in this game?
Pretty solid, honestly. I mean, I think the biggest thing was they got production on everybody. Obviously, the backcourt, but I love what Sonia Citron was able to do. She dropped 18 points, and I think that was really what they did. Also give credit to the front court as well. Koval, Leah King holding Aaliyah Moore to I think like 4 or 5 points, especially after Aaliyah Moore dropped like 20 against West Virginia. So I think everybody did their job, honestly, man. I mean, it's kind of weird because I didn't even realize. I went back and I looked at the stats. I didn't realize that Neil only played 6 players in that game, which is very interesting. But I mean, give credit to everybody. Everybody played their role.
She plays a very short bench.
She does. I saw a lot of people on Twitter during the game was just saying like Olivia Miles ain't this, she ain't that. They were trying to say it was like they were trying to say this is Hannah, this is Olivia. They was just all over the place. They were saying she can't blow by nobody, and all in the fourth quarter, I kept seeing her blow by people. She won the game in regulation by blowing past somebody. So like what are we talking about?
Like people just not allowed to have off games.
What?
They talking about up her draft stock is going down. I'm like, what? Like she literally just hit a potential game winner. It should have been the game winner if the refs ain't called that BS call.
Yeah,
exactly. Like, what are we talking about? Like, I'm like, am I watching the same game? Like, is she like, what is going on? Like, I didn't get that. I don't get the Olivia hate at all. I don't know. I mean, I feel like every game they find somebody to try to talk crazy about on the timeline. So it's really women college basketball now. The discourse is getting crazy out there because so many people is watching it now because of all these players. But Notre Dame definitely
coming from your boy, Jay.
So what?
I said it's mostly coming from your boy. You know what I'm talking about.
I do not know who you're talking about.
UConn. Yeah.
Oh, Ace Boy. Yes, yeah. It's always him. It's always him. He definitely.
It has to be for engagement, man. Come on.
And somebody tagged him. I think somebody tagged him and said, "What's Olivia's stock?" That thing get kicked off. I saw he was one of the few people that was doing it, and it kept going and growing. You know how Twitter is. That should just grow and grow and grow. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Especially since Notre Dame had just had a terrible outing over in the Cayman Islands. So it's like it's just easy to do that. But you ain't lying, Nick. It is him.
I think it's a great bounce back win. They saw the speech, they heard the discourse. Like, y'all had them not going far in the NCAA tournament because they lost 2 games in November. Like, what?
Yeah, that's nuts.
Like, what? That's nuts. So they bounced back. They beat a very good Texas team that is ranked high.
Were they 4 at that time too?
I think so, 4 or 5. So I think it's just like this was a much needed win for them. Like it gave them confidence that they can beat a top ranked team. They played well. And can we just talk about that play in the second quarter where Hannah was on the ground and just threw it back and it was a perfect pass to Olivia? I'm like, all right, bro, come on. But I will say I am still concerned that when Koval gets in foul trouble, she does so much for that team that I didn't realize. When she gets in foul trouble, it changes everything that they do. They look completely different when she's not on the floor. And then secondly, they still go lapses of time without scoring, like long lapses of times. And that's going to come and bite them in the ass, especially when they play these better teams. They'll get off to hot starts and then they'll just go like 4 minutes of actual game time without scoring. That is not good. And then once that happens, they start getting into a lot of iso ball, a lot of one-on-one, like both Hannah and Olivia do it. At some point in time, Olivia has to be the leader of that team because she is the older guard and has more experience and say, we're not doing one-on-one. We're running plays. Get in your position. Let's run this damn play. Like you gotta call it. Like you gotta.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying? Like too many
No, I
times
like
Hannah
that.
is just out of control. And I love Hannah, but sometimes she just goes dribble, just out of control in the lane. And it's like,
Yeah.
girl, pull the ball out. Let's slow
Reset
down
it.
a little bit and let's set up the play. Let's run the set.
Yeah, it should be too much in attack mode, which is like you love, but then again you hate at the same time. Like just
Right.
depending on the situation.
But that's all basketball IQ, and that's all it'll get better as she gains more experience. And I think by the end of the year, we'll see her mature more with her basketball IQ, because I saw a jump from the beginning of last season to the end of last season. Her IQ had increased. So I think this is just the next level of her evolution. Like we already know she's great on both sides of the ball. So the next level is, okay, now let me slow the game down a little bit. Let me, use my cerebral a little bit more than, use my athleticism and just dribble. So I think that's the next step of development.
Shit, I ain't got nothing else on them, man. I'm glad they had that bounce back win, because they would have lost that game to Texas. It'd have been ugly out here for them. It'd have been if they thought the chatter was crazy during the game, they'd have lost that. But I think it also helps that they had the game in South Bend. I think they went to Texas. I don't know how that would have worked out for them. So I'm glad they got that win. And like you said, and those two losses did suck in the Cayman Islands, but it's November.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they suck for sure. They definitely did. But if you get to winning and racking up wins against top, because you got a hard ass schedule, that shit ain't even gonna matter. Especially if you beat these teams, it's not gonna matter whatsoever. But
and they're ranked for like strength of schedule. They're towards the top. So Niele didn't pick a soft schedule at all.
She did not. If y'all have not looked at their schedule, go look at that.
I like the other coach we about to talk about.
Child.
Who's that? Who we about to talk about?
Kim Mulkey.
I missed this game. I did not watch this game. I did not go back to watch it.
It was the same time as the Notre Dame game, or one of the games between Notre Dame or the South Carolina game.
Yeah, because I didn't see until like almost, I think I saw maybe the fourth quarter or something like that.
Yeah, I didn't see that. So, what was y'all thoughts on this game, on LSU, just in general? Like LSU, before I just give it to y'all, LSU to be ranked 4th in the country, they struggle with teams that don't even be ranked.
Cap, they shouldn't be 4th. Cap.
Yeah, we'll get to that. But they just struggle. They don't look like a team that's a 4th. You know what I'm saying? They don't look like a 4th overall team. You know what I'm saying? Like they're struggling too much. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna shoot up to you, Cap. I'm gonna shoot up to you, Lo. Like, what you got on the game and on LSU?
I mean, I think a win is a win, but boy, they need to be thanking those refs because the refs called Stanford this game, and I'm gonna just keep it 100%. And I've told LSU fans that I know, I told them straight up, the refs handed y'all this game. With 2 minutes and 52 seconds in the fourth quarter, Stanford was up by 6, and everyone thought that they were going to win the game. Hell, they were up by.
Stanford was up.
Yeah, they were up majority of the game. They were.
I gotta go back to this game.
Like they were like running plays, like they were getting wide open layups. Like that coach was low key out coaching Kim Mulkey for sure. And so even with 16 seconds left in the game, it was still 80-78. And I'm thinking, Gilbert hit the 3 to send it into overtime. So my issue came when Flage was near the sideline and she literally fouled the girl and like pushed her out of bounds, and they called it LSU ball. And I'm like, it's no way. It is no, like I'm literally cursed at the TV. I'm like, it's no way they dead ass. Number one, Flage should have been out of the game because that was her 5th foul. That's number one. So that changes the whole overtime because she should have been fouled out. That's number one. Number two, it should have never went to OT. Like it was so egregious. It was actually disgusting to watch because it's like you have these women playing so hard, and this is literally what you do. Like we didn't come to see you refs. This is not your show. You know what I'm saying? And so it was just nasty, but a win is a win. So whatever. I do want to say, I think Flage needs to stay in school. When I was watching that game, she was not the best player on the court. Michaela Williams was. And I've liked Michaela since last year, and the thing I like about her the most is she's not scared of the big moments. Like even last year at LSU, she showed how tough she is, and she just had a phenomenal game. Just getting to her spot.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm crying.
Yo,
LSU
I'm
out
so
here playing
sorry.
Louisiana Costume Design College for sure.
I swear to God, yo, they paying the art schools and shit. I don't know who.
Now, before I hand it to you, Nick, because I know Jay said he didn't watch it. I will say shout out to Nunu from Stanford. I wasn't hip. I wasn't hip, but sister, I'm locked in now because her and Kiki.
Oh, it's like that. I definitely gotta watch it.
If Kiki's ass would have stayed, her and Kiki could have been nice on that Stanford team. I will say that. But anyway, she had 29 and 13. She only missed 4 shots on the evening. Like she was just out there flat out hooping, bro. And so I'm a fan now, and I will be locked into her games. But again, like I said, Michaela,
what's her name again? What's her name?
Nunu
Agaro. I think that's her name.
Agara.
Yeah. I'm gonna lock in.
But Michaela Williams, I think she was the best player on the floor that night. For LSU, 32 points, 9 boards, shot 66% from the field. I mean, she was just getting to her spots and rising like easily. So that's what it is. I don't really care too much about LSU. I'm not gonna hold you because I'm gonna say this one more thing. Someone tweeted the other day that South Carolina doesn't have swag, and someone asked them under the comments who has swag, and they said LSU. How the hell LSU got swag and they ain't playing nobody? They playing the Boys and Girls Club. Stop. Like LSU got swag. Stop. Bro,
I guess because I guess she be rapping and you got the whole. I don't know. Now I'm trying to think. Now I'm right. I'm with you down.
Like you can't use that comparison. South Carolina's not swaggy, but LSU, they're swaggy.
They out here pumping their chest against who she say?
They don't
Louisiana Costume Design College.
Right, man. They don't play a ranked team until January 23rd. Stop it.
I still can't believe it. I still can't believe that shit.
With the way that team is looking right now after they lost to UCLA, your luck.
Right, South Carolina got that battery in their back. They ain't playing around.
Mm-hmm.
What you got to think about LSU though, Nick?
I agree with everything that you said.
Up, Nathan?
This was probably their first test on. I mean, I haven't watched a lot of LSU this year. I've only watched a few games before this one, but this is pretty much their first test. I mean, I'll be real. I wasn't hip on Stanford either before this game.
Mm-hmm.
I heard a little bit about them. I heard that that they were impressive, but this was a really big showing for them. I mean, I know that they ended up losing the game, but for them to come out and lead by 13 at the beginning of the first quarter, and then even lead for the majority of the game was just really impressive to me. But like I said, I mean, this was the first real test for LSU because, like we said, they haven't played anybody. So, and I mean, give credit to Michaela Williams. Michaela Williams had a strong performance. I thought Flage had an okay game offensively, but I'll be real. I mean, like these non-conference schedules are not helping these teams. Like, how are you supposed to prove to us that you're in contention? And I get it, like when you look at the roster, I mean, LSU has great talent. Flage, Michaela Williams, Anissa Morrow. Even the point guard that came from Miami, I can't remember, Day Wilson, I think that's her name. She's really impressive as well. But, it doesn't really mean anything to us, if you're not playing anybody like that's really competitive. Like, so this is really their first test to me. And I mean, I'll be real. I don't know how they're going to come out during conference play because, I mean, the SEC is going to be tough. I mean, not even just South Carolina, you got other teams as well. I mean, we talked about Tennessee. Tennessee is going to give everything that they had against LSU.
Everything.
So it's going to be tough, man. And I don't know if LSU is going to be prepared for those matchups.
And then my thing is also like with Flage, and I'm not trying to be too hard. It's like you are flirting with the idea of leaving school early. When you're playing these church teams, I need to see you be the best player on the floor every night. Like, what are we talking about? Like, you're not playing hard. You're not playing hard competition. Like, it's no nights where, I mean, yes, everyone's going to have a game where it's not so, where they have an off game. I get that, but you can affect the game in other ways because you're not going to just be scoring. You know what I'm saying? So that's my issue with them. And we'll see. I mean, we'll see. I don't see them as a Final Four team. I don't really see them as a contender, to be honest. But I will say that they have never really played a hard schedule and they won a championship within the last 3 years. So maybe it's some truth to not playing a hard schedule. And I agree.
Do they have a team?
I was going to say, I agree. I also never want to hear the word swag again in 2024.
Yeah. In that shit. I don't never want to hear the word swag.
I haven't heard that word in so long.
in so long. Does LSU even have the same team as good as that team that won though?
No.
No, I
You
mean
know what I'm saying?
they have a
They're-
big hole at the center position or where Angel was. Especially defensively, they're not as good as they were.
So it's like I mean, like I get it, they did win and they do be having a soft schedule all the time, but I feel like Nick said, I think the SEC is just a little bit better than we thought it was going to be coming into this season. So it's like you just can't be playing with your food like that and then you start losing.
The SEC is always good.
Yeah,
they're always competitive.
Yeah, it is. It is always competitive. And then you
I
got
only
teams.
mentioned a few teams, honestly. I mean, you still got teams like Kentucky.
And they
Alabama's
ranked too.
off to a really good start as well. I think Florida's been really good as well. So
it'll be interesting come conference play for them. It'll be interesting.
Definitely. Ole Miss. Ole Miss is like they ranked. I think I saw them on the list as well. I think they play in the SEC, don't they?
They can't score the damn ball. So
yeah.
Love Coach Yo, love what she's doing, but they can't score.
So what now?
I said love Coach Yo, love what she's doing, but they can't score the basketball.
No, they can't. They can't score for shit.
I got LSU's schedule move forward. So they just beat Grambling State 154. Next game they play LA Lafayette, they play Seton Hall, UIC, and then Albany.
We're just gonna go talk to. We're gonna go ahead and move on to South Carolina and UConn. I'm not gonna be dealing with LSU. On the South Carolina and goddamn UConn.
Hey, I'm 100% clipping that. 100%.
It got dead quiet. Like
what the fuck, man?
Pull up Nathan's. Pull up Nathan.
In fairness, Kim probably wasn't expecting most to return. Nathan, they haven't played. They've had a soft schedule since Kim has been at LSU. Even before that, even before Kim.
Even when she was at Baylor.
Yeah.
Wow, it is a hell of a schedule, man. Every time I hear it, read it, I'll be like, I cannot believe they did
the only
this
thing
shit.
I'm familiar with on there is Seton Hall, and that's only because they played USC a couple weeks ago.
Right.
UIC, that's a school here. USC.
USC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Seton Hall played USC a couple weeks ago.
Oh, okay. Got you. Now, on the South Carolina and UConn, South Carolina played TCU and UConn. Actually, we watched it on playback. Play Louisville, and these two teams, especially Louisville, did not look like they were a ranked team. Like it looked like they should have never even been in the top 25 ever. Period. South Carolina brought TCU back down to earth.
Well, was undefeated. They was feeling themselves.
The internet just talking crazy about Haley and Sedona. They talking about all this duo, and South Carolina beat the shit out of them. UConn beat the shit out of Louisville. Like, hey, like we said, I think we said on the playback that UCLA beating South Carolina, that changed something.
But they called me crazy when I said that they were fine. Like I wasn't taking that loss serious, and everybody would call me crazy on the timeline. Now look.
Hold
on, people were taking the loss seriously.
Yeah, like they were pretty much saying South Carolina was done and stuff, and I'm like, just off of one loss,
bro. What is wrong with people?
It's crazy. And then look, you saw how they beat Iowa State, and then obviously this TCU game as well. Like this team is fine, man.
They're more than fine, and I think what irritates me is the fact that people move the goalposts all the time. Now all of a sudden TCU wasn't a good team because South Carolina 30+ pieced them. Like, can we just keep it consistent? Because y'all change up so much. I don't know. I don't know, where exactly we are because the goalpost is always moving. Like South Carolina is so good that they dominate ranked teams. Like, let's just call it spade a spade. Like,
dominated.
Let's not say, oh, TCU isn't that good. South Carolina is just head and shoulders better than a lot of these teams. Like, the fact that you are 30 piecing another ranked team is nasty. Like, it is nasty. And I know we talked about in the beginning of the season where South Carolina doesn't have that dominant big that we're used to seeing, like an Asia or an AB or a Camilla, but this team is very deep. Like, this is probably one of the deepest teams that they've had in years, if not one of the deepest teams they've had since Don has been there. Because, like I said, the 5 that come in off the bench, they can literally go anywhere else in the country and start. They are just talented. Like, I think I think I read a stat that said 4 or 5 of the players that played in that game all scored in double figures or higher. Like, they literally just have so much scoring power. But my favorite thing about South Carolina is how they defend. They are in your face. They are aggressive. They're going to get you to turn the ball over a lot. And I think the fact that they made TCU turn the ball over 20 times, that's the most that it's been. That's their season high in terms of turnovers. And then that led to 30 South Carolina points on the other end. So once they get the ball, once they cause the other team to turn the ball over, they're able to convert on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they convert at a high level. I want to shout out to Raven, because people have been, of course, very hard on her. But against TCU, this is the best game that she's had. I think scored 11 points, something like that. But confidently was shooting the ball, and that's all we've been asking to see. Like, she was stepping into her shots. She looked very confident in shooting. And I think a game like this against a ranked opponent can help her confidence tremendously. So we'll see how she plays next game, and hopefully she can keep stacking better games on better games, because we're not worried about her ability to control the floor. We're not worried about her ability to play defense. It's the offensive side that we're looking at. So I'm glad that she was able to come out and have a good game.
Also, shout out to Ashton Watkins for dunking in the game as well. I missed it. I was out on a food run. I missed that shit. I'm so mad I missed that shit live. But shout out to her doing that shit, man. I had to go see the replay. It was like, okay,
bro, it's funny because
all right, Shaq.
It's funny
dunking now, Shaq.
Exactly. It's funny because she turned the ball over and then sprinted to the other end to cause chaos and get the steal. And as soon as she got the steal, when she slowed down and gathered, I said, "Oh, she going up with this bitch." I said, "She's going up." Like, when I saw how
did you stand up when she did it?
I 100% was standing up. Like, I literally knew she was going up with it because, bro, she literally looked back to see where the defender was, and I saw, because you know how before people dunk, like especially women, before women dunk in particular, they get their steps together. You know, they get their steps together, and I said, "Oh, she about to throw this shit down." She definitely did. Like, so
that's super dope.
Yeah.
That's super dope. They was clowning and whooping their ass, beating teams' ass. But yeah, so that's crazy. They was talking that crazy about. I didn't see the part saying TCU not a good team, but they was definitely talking crazy about Notre Dame because TCU beat them. So now TCU not a good team, man.
You know that goalpost just be moving, child.
Just be going all over the place. But yeah, we ain't. Crazy, man. We definitely wasn't. She gathered them steps.
Maybe surely did.
The get back was crazy. Yeah, for sure.
And I think they held Sedona to, or whatever her name is. They held her to her, I think, season, like the lowest point she scored or something like that. Like, she wasn't, because she's been scoring a lot lately, and she's been dominating. And she's been dominating. They shut that down ASAP.
Yeah, she had 6 points, about 3 of 8. Yeah, she got shut down.
Yeah,
correct, because all these people out here be moving the goalpost, child.
That's all they do. UConn, man, just honestly,
we watched the game, but we watched the game.
We watched it, but we didn't watch it. Like, they just Louisville didn't even look like. They did not look like they deserve a top 25 at all. Nick been saying it. And
he has been saying it fraudulent.
Yeah, he definitely have. And they did look
bad.
Are
they bad, or is UConn just that much better than a lot of teams? Or is it both?
It's both.
I think it's both.
Because if you think about it, this was Paige's worst game.
Yeah.
They were given, I will say one thing I will give them credit for, they defended her pretty well. Because they made the rest of the players on UConn beat them. So
yeah, it's definitely both. None. We was talking about all type of shit. I was looking. It wasn't even a time we was like, ooh. I don't remember us saying.
Not at all.
Like, it was.
There were times we was trying to pay attention, but then we would get back to another conversation.
Because it was just
wasn't
nothing.
really, as it was just a dominant performance from the start to the finish. So, I mean, it wasn't really
we made bets with Tom. Like, it was just to make it interesting.
right.
To make us watch,
How we feel about AZ getting hurt?
I'm sad that she's not playing on Thursday against Notre Dame.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
And
she
I
was
also
definitely nervous. You could definitely tell she was scared. She was nervous as fuck. I would be too.
Damn, girl. Like,
yeah.
And I know as soon as she went down, I know mentally she was like, not again. Like, I know it's the knee. It's she has trouble with her knees. And I think, we've all been talking about her draft stock. Where does she fall in the draft? But if I'm a GM, I'm very concerned about her health. Like, she can shoot lights out. Like, I really like her game. She can shoot lights out. But it's like, we need you on the court. So it doesn't matter if you can shoot lights out if you're not on the court.
You saw the good and the bad from her on Saturday. You saw what she can do on the court, and you saw what could happen if you get her, that she might get hurt.
Yes,
like
I feel bad for her.
It was out of nowhere. She hit a 3 or something. She did something. Then all of a sudden, she was going to the locker room. It was like, damn, what the? It was just it was so sudden. So it does suck that we're gonna miss her on Thursday, Notre Dame, UConn, which is gonna be a phenomenal game.
Hannah would have been in that ass anyway.
Yeah, she would.
yeah.
If you're an opposing team.
Like, definitely testing out. She would definitely be testing out that knee for sure.
Oh yeah.
If you are an opposing point guard going up against Notre Dame, good luck.
Right. Like, I would hate to see her across from me. Like, why do you I'd be like, bro, why you got to defend me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn.
Yo, they was talking.
I ain't even nice like that, fam. Like,
right? Like, I'm trash. You don't wanna, like, go defend them.
Yeah, go somewhere else. Like, I responded to somebody on Twitter who was talking about like having a guard her in AAU early in the morning. Like, yo, could you imagine that being your first matchup at 9 o'clock in the morning? Like, this psycho just clapping her hands. She's on your ass.
Just smiling.
Yes, at 9 a.m. This is your first matchup on Saturday morning. You ain't had no sleep. You ain't had none of that.
Hannah defending me would probably question my love for basketball. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh man, you be like, fuck. Like, she already amped. She gonna get amped up, but it's like, goddamn, I gotta deal with this shit. But yeah, it does suck that we're gonna miss.
Like, I hear you, buddy.
Yeah,
but listen, I'm competitive, so I'm gonna go out there and give it my best. But I do know my abilities as well. I'm very I'm very rational. I do know my abilities.
She wild. She's a wild one. Like, she loved this. But I love seeing hoopers. Like, she's a hooper I love. Like, somebody who wants to play defense.
Right. And someone that's just so passionate. Like, someone that just so, like, you can legitimately tell she thoroughly loves basketball. Like, this is like a big part of her. Like, she thoroughly just loves to hoop. You know what I'm saying? And if you have her on your team, you love her. But if she's on the opposite team, child, you hate her.
You hate her ass coming.
Pesky, like, just like a little, like at a cookout. You just swap. You know what I'm saying? Like, like I'm just over you all the time. Like a gnat.
And she 5'6".
Right.
5'4" probably. To be honest, you know how they be doing with the height. So she just up under you.
Averages
up under you like that.
6 boards at 5'6".
It's crazy.
Effort. That's effort and hustle. That's the shit you can't teach. She just want that shit. Yeah. You just want to rebound at that size at that point. I'm gonna slide right into this the top 25 rankings. I know we talked about them.
I didn't even.
Did y'all see anything? Did y'all see anything that y'all didn't like? I did want to ask you, Lo, how you feel about Maryland being 7? Because even though they undefeated, you very vocal about them.
Yeah, Nathan.
How you feel about them being 7 right now?
Because Nathan is a hardcore Maryland fan, so emotions be getting into it. For me, emotions don't get into it because I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care.
For me,
I'm just saying, I'm just being honest. Like, I don't have emotional attachment to the team. So for me, it's easier to call it with less bias. But I don't think that they are a 7th ranked team. That's just in my opinion. I think that they should be in the top 25. I think 7 is a little too high for them. I just don't see like a dog on the team. Like, I just don't see it. Like, I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I think that they're a good team. Of course, I love Brenda, for nostalgic reasons. And I think she's a hell of a coach, but I just don't see them being a 7th ranked team. The last 3 games have been very hard for me to watch. I do like that they came back against, what was that, Purdue? I think they were playing somebody, something like that. They were losing most of the game, and then they came back in the second half. I do like the resiliency. I do like that. But like when I see teams like Notre Dame, like I think Maryland has no chance against them. You know what I'm saying? Like I think like when I see teams like South Carolina, I think Maryland has no chance against them. When I see UConn, no chance. When I see UCLA, no chance. So it's like it's hard for me. Like, do I think that they should be in the top 10? Yes, but 7 is a little too high for me.
Yeah, I hear you. Since you said that, I didn't know I didn't go over the top 10. For those that don't know, this is the top 10. UCLA, UConn, South Carolina, LSU, USC at 5, Texas at 6, Maryland 7, Notre Dame 8, Duke 9, and Oklahoma 10. Nick, how you feel about that?
LSU shouldn't be 4, sorry.
Yeah,
I see SC back in the top 5 already, boy.
I would just be real. I mean, I'm putting South Carolina 2. It's my opinion.
And since you said that, only UCLA got 24 first place votes. UConn got 8, and South Carolina got 0.
Got none.
That's the crazy part. They got none, yo. So I mean, I feel still. So you saying you're gonna go UCLA, South Carolina, then UConn?
Yeah. This is my opinion.
Be careful. Be careful. UConn fans is not gonna like that. Be careful.
Oh well. I mean, it ain't a knock to UConn. UConn's still top 3.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think it's a knock. I think
you put in South Carolina ahead because of the strength of schedule.
Yeah, that too. And on top of that, if we're going off of like just a weekly basis, I think South Carolina was just dominant this past week.
I'm not mad at that.
I'm not mad at that. I hear you. I'm not mad at it at all.
Some people will argue that UConn was dominant. Look how they beat Louisville.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
you ain't going that little. I feel you though. Like if you're not high, like if you as you're a voter or whatever you do, if you're not high on a certain team, you're just not gonna feel it the same way. Like you're not high on Louisville. I'm with you though.
But you gotta think though, like South Carolina beat Duke. Duke was what were they last week? Like 9 or 10, something like that.
Were they in the top 10?
I think they were. In the top 10.
Yeah, they were 8. They were 8. They dropped to 9. They were 8.
So you look at that. And then
that's who else they beat? They did beat some because TCU was 9 when they beat them. They dropped 3 spots. Right. So it's like
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that.
They beat 2 top 10 teams this past week.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. And they also had
and handily because remember they was beating they was beating Duke already by like 15 because the Notre Dame game went over. So we did. By the time the Duke game came on, South Carolina was already whooping that ass. Like it was over with already. So I'm with you. I'm good with that. I'm good with that.
I'm not mad at that either. I'm not mad at that either, actually. And they also have I think the highest net rating. So like they're beating these teams by the most out of everyone in the country.
Mm-hmm.
Like the margin of
just handling people.
Their margin of winning is ridiculous. Real quick, Nathan said, in my opinion, with 10 transfers and 3 returning players, that's going to take some time to adjust, in my opinion, for Maryland. I think they'll get it together. I agree. I mean, I think we'll see a completely different team in March. But just right now, I mean, and I think that the transfers, I think Brenda Freese did her thing in the transfer portal to even make Maryland relevant again. Because last year, nobody was really talking about them from what I remember. So I think she did her thing. And I look forward to them. You know, I want to see them do well. I mean, they're my home team, so I want to see them do well. But I'm just not sold at 7 right now.
But also, if you get down to the bottom of these rankings, you got Ole Miss 22 and NC State 20. Or excuse me, they got Ole Miss and NC State tied for 22. That's interesting.
They do. I'm just looking at that too. That is interesting.
They're both 6-3, and last is 8-1, and then Georgia Tech 25 is 9-0. I don't think NC State.
I ain't gonna lie. NC State can get up out of the 25.
Yeah, I don't care for them being here. It's my opinion.
And they moved up 4 spots.
They moved down. Yeah, they were 18 before.
Did they move down or did they move up? NC State.
They moved down. No, actually, no. Take that back. NC State didn't say that they moved. I guess they're in the same spot. Oh, Miss moved down.
Oh
4
damn.
spots.
Oh damn. Shit. I don't know then. They did look bad as well. NC State. They definitely did. Some of these teams I haven't watched. I haven't watched every top 25 team yet at all. But it's so many. It's so many games to watch. But also, if you don't want LSU at 4, and we're gonna wrap this up. Where would y'all move LSU to?
Probably like at the bottom of the top 10. Depends.
Yeah, because I don't really. Their schedule was just so whack.
The hard part is they're 11-0 though, so that's
that's a hard part.
Yeah.
17. Oh, you say you're moving to 17?
Honestly, I ain't mad. I mean, Michigan State is undefeated and they're 17.
That is true too.
Yeah.
And Ohio State 8-0 and they 11.
Yeah, they're 11.
Yeah. Damn.
I mean, I would probably have them.
I'll say like 12-15 range, maybe.
Damn, y'all taking them out the top.
I might give them 10 just because. Have they played a ranked team? They played a ranked team, right? They played one ranked team, I think.
I don't recall them playing a ranked team.
No, I don't think they have, yo.
Yeah, for sure they was ranked.
I thought they did play one ranked team, right? Was it NC State?
I don't think they have, yo. I don't think
actually,
so.
Didn't they play NC State? I think they did actually.
Yeah, I think it was either
was it NC
State. It was one of those two, right?
I think.
NC State. Yeah, on the 27th.
Because I remember people were like, yeah, that was on the Flow Hoops, yeah. Because I remember people were like saying like, y'all wanted us to play a ranked team finally, and we did, and they beat, one of those teams, whatever team it was. NC State, I think.
This schedule is so nasty for them, bro.
All right, before we move on to our player of the week, I'm gonna ask y'all this: is LSU better than USC?
No, hell no.
What? Is that a serious question?
Hold on, I'm going down the list. Just hold on. This is all the teams behind them.
Okay, let me comment.
Is LSU? Yo, Lowe's gonna whoop my ass. She's like, I
was like, hold on, wait, are we watching the same? And I'm hard on I'm hard on USC right now. I literally just called them.
No. Is LSU better than Texas?
Look at Felicia. Hell no. No, they're not.
Is LSU better than Maryland?
Oh, that's a low.
That would be close. That'd be close. I'm going to say yes.
Ooh.
I'm gonna say yes.
Is LSU better than Notre Dame?
No.
Hell to the fuck ass no. Y'all crazy.
Is LSU better than Duke?
No.
I don't know. That could be. I don't know.
Maybe offensively they might have the edge, but I think defensively, I think Duke clears.
I think.
How about LSU or Oklahoma?
Oklahoma's been pretty good. I might still give the edge to LSU for that one, but
shit. Going off that, LSU go drop some more spots fucking with us.
Yeah, but we gonna have ours out next week.
Yeah, we're gonna start having our own top 25 dropping every Monday morning for y'all. So
on me.
Yeah, we're putting you to work. Yeah, for sure. But every Monday morning we're gonna start dropping ours. So look out for that. I see more upside in Maryland than LSU.
I'm not mad at that. I
haven't seen Maryland. Yeah, I need to watch them.
I think maybe, to be honest, like, I didn't really start watching Maryland like that until I knew I was going to start covering them, so I could figure out what the hell was going on. And so I think when I started to watch them more like intently and I would put on my schedule to make sure that I watched them. When I started to watch them more intently, I think that they had just started to go through like a hard stretch of their season. So I will say, I saw some of the Duke game. I didn't see the whole game. I didn't see that whole game, but like I've been watching the full games now. And the last 3 games, it just hasn't looked great to me. I do like Bree McDaniel. She's a dog. But I'm not mad at it. I honestly think it could go either way with LSU and Maryland. I think it just depends on who shows up that game. But Maryland, similar to USC, goes on long lapses of time without scoring. And it's like who is that player that is going to go get you a bucket when you need it? Is it Sellers? Is it, you know what I'm saying? Like, who is that player that's gonna do that? So that's hard for me. Like, I need, so for example, for with USC, right? You know, at the end of the game, Juju gonna go get a bucket. Even with LSU, it's going to either be Michaela or Flage. They're going to try to go get a bucket. I do like Smigel. I didn't know about her until I think the first time, Nathan, when I noticed her was at the tournament that we went to cover them. And I'm like, oh, like, she's the reason why they won that game against George Mason, in my opinion. Like, she just took over in the fourth quarter. So I do like her game a lot. I do. I'm
definitely got to check out some more Maryland. I usually like watching them old Maryland teams. God damn, boy.
Man, that 2000, that when they won that championship.
Oh my God. Oh
that
man, what a
tough, bro.
What a time. What a goddamn time.
Man, I used to be at the games all the time. They was tough, bro.
Do they tickets cost a lot?
I don't remember ever paying. I would just have the guys that I was going to pay for it. So
y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? I didn't pay. She big time. She always been big time.
Here we go.
Just so y'all
I
know.
just didn't pay for it. Sorry.
Hey. You know I gotta blow it up. Right. But man, we're gonna move on to this player of the week. And get up out of here. We almost had 2 hours.
Man, what?
Nick, man, give me your player of the week since you went last week, man.
Yeah, I could easily, go to Nia every week, but we ain't gonna do that this time, man. I'm gonna go with Raven Johnson this week from South Carolina. Had a solid game against TCU, 11 points, 3 of 6 from the 3-point line. Lowe talked about it. I think that this was a big game for her, especially, building her confidence. So for those that don't know, before the season, Raven went on Haley Jones' podcast and said she wanted to add scoring, but we haven't really seen a lot of that this year. Last time I checked the stats, last year she was averaging around like 8 points a game. This year she's averaging around like 3 or 4 points, which definitely the numbers have dropped. But maybe this game could be a confidence booster and could get her on a good step. So shout out to Raven.
Shout out to Raven for sure.
And I see y'all in the
comments. Yeah, that's right. If Raven saw our group chat, she would not like us.
Oh no, she wouldn't.
We've been real harsh.
It's been mostly me.
It's funny because he's the one that's the biggest Raven fan out of all of us, and he's been the hardest on her.
No, he has.
I've just been disappointed, man.
No, yeah. It'd be like that when your favorites don't be doing nothing like they supposed to be doing, so you get frustrated. Lo, what's your player of the week?
I'm actually picking for this week. I'm actually picking Sonia Citron. I think that she's like a coach's dream to have. She plays both sides of the floor very well, and I think whatever WNBA team goes to gets her is going to be a lucky team because, in my opinion, she's already a pro. Someone that doesn't need that many shots or that many touches, but when her number is called, she knows how to step up and score. She's a 3-level scorer. And I think that because Notre Dame has such dynamic guards in Hannah and Olivia, Sonia Citron gets overlooked a lot. And I think I said it earlier in the season, but I think this will be a breakout season for her, even more so than her previous seasons, because it's so much attention on Olivia and Hannah. With that being said, with all that attention, Sonia can roam freely. It's not as many eyes on her, or the game plan isn't really fixated on her as fixated is on those other guards. So I think that she's a great player. I think that defensively, we saw what she did against Juju. We saw what she does against all the top players that they put her on. She straps, she plays defense. Like, she moves those feet. She does a little bit of everything. And so that's why this week I'm giving it to Sonia.
That's what's up. My player of the week is going to be Sarah Strong. They've been talking about her, and even Gino been saying like, she that real deal. So even though they was whooping their ass on Saturday, I was still like paying attention to her closely. And she like that. I ain't gonna say she better than Maya Moore and all them yet, but she's like that. It's very easy for her. Against Louisville, even though it was Louisville, she scored 21 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. I mean, she shot 80% from the field, 60% from 3. Like, in 26 minutes. Like, this wasn't garbage minutes.
Hooping,
this
bro.
Was open. She's 6'2". Yeah, like she's 6'2". Like, if y'all have not seen her, you're gonna get to see her on Thursday. against Notre Dame. So that's my player of the week. But she liked that. Like I said, I'm not gonna go as far as Gino. I get it as a coach. I know I get it, how to motivate players, whatever you're gonna say, but she gonna be one of them ones for
and
real.
the thing is, she's not even really playing in her proper position. She's not really a forward. She's a guard, bro.
Yeah,
She's just a big guard. She's like
dude.
She's 6'2". She's a big guard. Like she's playing out of position and still shooting 80% from the field. Like imagine if she was actually playing. Imagine if she was actually playing in her proper position. She's going to be good for a very long time.
Very long time.
A very long time. She has all the tools. She's at a great program with a great coach. So she's going to be good for a long time.
No, she is. And college basketball is just, for women, it's just in a great, great damn spot. Just or all these freshmen
talked about it. Don talked about it, I think, a couple of days ago. Women's basketball is on the rise. I mean, we already knew that.
But it is. And I'm glad. This is fun, and just college sports in general is just changing. This is starting to change into like they're gonna start treating college sports as like pro sit. You see, they're starting to add GM for college programs. So like, because all this NIL money and shit like that. So all these players are they coming up, and it's not like we used to. It used to be like one player from each class. We just talked about a class coming up. It's like 10 players alone. You know what I'm saying? You don't see shit like that all the time. So it's really exciting. It's exciting to see shit like that. But
I forgot that was her mom. Someone told me like,
who said is that in the playback?
Huh?
Somebody mentioned it in the playback chat on Saturday. I don't know who it was.
I think it was Tom, actually.
It might have been Tom.
But I had no clue that was her mom. I'm like, what?
Yeah, me either. It makes sense.
It does make sense, though.
Okay, listen, Nathan, real quick. See, I hate you. This is why I chat. We already had 2 hours. This is my thing about NIL. My thing is, like, if you would just gave them something, a little bite of something, they just wanted something, I think you'd been fine. But when somebody hungry, they want to get everything. So guess what? You don't want to give us nothing? We're taking your ass to court. And any court going to be like, hey, give them everything, because what y'all doing, they can't get paid off nothing. Like college, you couldn't go like, I couldn't take my nephew to the school or give him money without it being a violation. Like players couldn't exchange jerseys without it being a violation. So it's their fault. And I don't like the NCAA. So I get it, because I know it changes the aspect, like the transfer portal. Like you have to let it be the Wild Wild West before you can regulate it. You got to have shit be bad to say we can't have this happening. So I with you though. Like it's, you might sound like an old man because we saying that shit, but I don't know how y'all feel about NIL before we get up out of here. But that's just my take on it.
I mean, pay the kids, man. These colleges get so much money from regular students like us. Shit, I've been out of college for what? I graduated grad school over 10 years ago, and I still got $50,000 in debt. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know what I'm saying? So like, pay these kids, please pay them. Like, granted, I get it. They get a free education and a free ride. I get that, but they're making so much money off of their name, likeness, and image. Like they're literally getting a lot of money from their jersey sales, whatever the case may be. Like, pay these people. And I get it. It sucks because of transfer portal. So it makes coaching a little bit harder, because if the kid don't like it, they up out of there. And you recruited this kid for 4 to 8 years. They come to your school, they don't like how it is, and they just leave. And you literally built your whole program around this kid. Like,
or they ask for more money.
Right. And I get from a coaching standpoint, like how frustrated it is, but as we see, NIL deals can also negatively affect you. Look at Haley. Like, she went to LSU for the bread, and her stock draft declined. Her draft stock declined. It tanked, all because you wanted the bread. So now you have to go to TCU. You have to go to TCU and hoop your ass off because you still want a shot at making it to the league. So it's not always it doesn't always end positively. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I just think the portal is hard for for the coaches, but they got to adjust with times. Like that's just life.
Yeah, I think they might have to put a cap on it. Like you probably can't do that shit every year, like some players be doing. You got to figure out something.
I think if they put a cap on it, like you can only transfer twice, that I would be okay with that. Because every year is crazy. Like when people, Tom, it's time to go.
We got to get up out of here, Tom.
But yeah,
we literally are ending this shit.
Nah, we really are. But Tom, we did shout you out though, so you got to go listen to it on all streaming platforms. We did shout you out earlier. Just shouted you out for kicking it with us on playback when we watched that. We didn't really watch the game, but we were mainly talking.
We did.
Wiley said, we've been on here for 2 hours, Tom. Wiley said, I have a whole thought on how NIL should work, and it involves making the student athletes actual employees of the school with stipulations. Okay, yeah. I mean, I'm not mad at that either. I'm not mad at that either.
Get paid, young nigga. Get paid. He's Young Dolph. R.I.P. Young Dolph, man.
Man, I still miss him, man. That was my man, man. That hurt my heart. All right, man. Anything else before we get up out of here? It shouldn't
shout out to everybody for tuning in as
always.
Man.
Yeah, definitely shout out to y'all, man. Like real quick, like seriously, y'all really do be coming out. I know I say this a lot, but I really do appreciate
be coming
this
on
shit.
Time too, bro. As soon as we go live, they be in.
Yeah, like y'all be coming. Y'all be coming in, and if y'all out there are creators or doing anything, listen, it don't matter if it's 10 people, 20 people that's starting off. It's still 10 people that chose to sit and watch your ass
for 2 hours.
For 2 hours or whatever you're doing. Like I used to stream on Twitch and there would be like 2 people in there. I would do that shit for 2 hours, 2 people talking to the same people, but I built that shit. So it's like, keep on, man. Keep on doing that shit. So, and the fact that y'all be doing here with us, I love y'all for that. I'll never forget y'all and always cherish y'all for sure.
They be asking for the next playback and everything. I'm like,
yes. Oh yeah, playback. Once again, playback will be the 21st, USC versus UConn. 7 o'clock. That'll probably be the last time y'all see us.
Get your Christmas shopping out the way, and then on that night, come join us.
Real quick, we got the 17th. The 24th is on a Tuesday. I'm gonna talk to these two. I don't know if y'all gonna see us until 2025 after the 21st. So we'll figure that out. Because Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve is on a Tuesday. So we'll figure that out for y'all. But until next week Tuesday, we up out of here. Peace.